Hi everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to talk about something called link. So when you click on a link and then you go somewhere. So a link has the address of a place. Let me share my screen. Where are we? Yes, here we go. Share my screen. All right. Presentation. Yes, so we're still talking about front end and always HTML. So here we are going to talk about creating an hyperlink. So hyperlink, they're very important in the web because that's what makes it a web. As we talked in the beginning of the web development, we say it's called a web because it's behave like a spider web where a point has to communicate with other point. So you can click on one link and then you go to another place. So that's why it's hyperlinks. It has addresses of many places to go from to. So what is a hyperlink? So a hyperlink allows us to link documents to another document or resources like to a specific part of a document or make apps available at a web address. So almost any web content can be converted to a link so that we click or when we click on it or otherwise activated when the web browser goes to another web address. So a URL can point to HTML files, text files, images, text, document, videos, audio files, or anything else that lives on a web. All right, so let's see the anatomy of a link. So a basic link is created by wrapping the text or other content inside a tag, which is anchor tag A. So it's and it has an attribute called href, also known as hypertext reference or target. It contains the web address. So it says when you click here, I want you to bring me to that page or to that address or to that file. So here we have an example. We have put some element in a paragraph. That paragraph, there is Fantine the Great. And then inside that we have the anchor tag the A that has how we represent a link. And it's important to add an attribute which is href, where we are going to go when you click to that thing that is inside the anchor. It can be a text, it can be an image, it can be anything. So here we have just put a text saying Fantine homepage. Unfortunately, this fantinedeveloper.com is under construction. So we have a maintenance going on. So right now it's not up. So maybe in coming weeks it will be operating. So I put it down for some time. I'm working on it so to make it look better. And so if you go there right now, there's nothing there because I put it down. Okay, so this is just an example. You can put Google, you can put another thing. So here we put Fantine the Great inside the paragraph, and then inside the anchor tag with a text called Fantine homepage. You see, it's different from the Fantine the Great because Fantine the Great is inside the paragraph, but Fantine homepage is inside anchor tag. Meaning, whatever you put in the anchor tag, it will look like blue before you click on it, and it will be underlined. So when you click on it, and then it will show that it has been clicked in that section, so it becomes a little bit purple. Yeah. So this is how it looks like. That means I have clicked on it. That's why it looks purple. But when you create it at first, before you click it, it looks like blue, and it's underline. Yes. So it can be also block level. You can put anchor tag surrounded with many things. So for example, here I put H1 inside anchor tag. So here I put Game of Thrones. So this is what I was saying before. When you didn't click on it, it will look like blue and then underline. But once you click, it will come a little bit purple. If there is no CSH on that, because this is only HTML, that's how it looks like when it's HTML. But sometimes if you add some CSS, or say it's CSS to make it beautiful, so you will remove those things. Like you can remove that you don't want anchor tag to be underlined, you don't want it to be blue, you don't want to be purple once it's clicked. So, but when you don't have CSS, that's how it is by default. So it can be image link. You can put you can surround image with the anchor tag. An example here, we have thrown image inside anchor tag. So whenever you click on that image, it will take you to the href. href, it's, as we say, it's location where the link you want to go is located. Yeah. So let's talk about URLs and path, right? So in order to understand the link target, you need to understand the URL and file paths. All right, so a URL, it's a uniform resource locator. So it's a string of text that defines where something is located on the web. So it's like address of something specific to that resource. All right, for example, Game of Thrones Wikipedia page is located to this https :// here. So this is to tell you this is the location, this is the URL. It's unique. It's unique to the Game of Thrones. There is no other thing that is located there. If you take this link, you put in the browser, you will land to the Game of Thrones page, the Wikipedia page. So there is no other thing that will be there because it's only unique for the Game of Thrones. So URLs use paths to find files, and the paths specify where the file you are interested in is located in the file system. All right, so let's say in locally on my machine here. Let's take an example on my machine so we can understand the path and the URL. So on my machine here, I have a root directory that is called Game of Thrones. So that's where that's my root. All right, that's my directory. So when you're working locally with a website, before you put it online or in a web server, you will have one directory that contains the entire website, right? So inside the root, we have an index HTML. So the index HTML it's where the page will land. It's the first page. Yeah, it's like home page. So inside this Game of Thrones, we have two HTML files, actor and index. And in every website, index will be, as I said, our home page or a landing page, a web page that serves as an entry point for a website or a particular section of the website. So there are also two directories inside this Game of Thrones. We have PDFs and projects. Each has one file. The PDFs has got Game of Thrones seasons PDF, and then the project has one index HTML. All right, so don't confound the index which is on the root level with the one inside the project, because if we put this directory in the web server, the first page that will come is the index page that is on the root level, which is Game of Thrones. So if we are working in the same directory, if you want to include a hyperlink inside index.html, the one that is on the Game of Thrones level, the root level, So you will specify the file that contain, okay, since I point, so if you include a hyperlink inside index.html pointing to contact.html, you will specify this file name that you want to link to because it's in the same directory as the current file. So the URL you will use, it's actors. So you don't want to add any other directory because they are in the same directory on the same level. You just put the name of the file you want to go to. So in href, you will just put actor.html because they are on the same level. All right, so this is how it looks like. And moving down into subdirectories, if you want to include hyperlink inside index, pointing to project index HTML, you'll need to go down into the project directory before indicating the file you want to link to. So this is done by specifying the directory's name, then /, then the name of the file. So the URL here will be project. So because index is in the Game of Thrones, and then you have to go to the project directory, and then you have to point to index, which is inside the directory. Because they are not on the same level, you have to go inside that directory. So if you want to move back into the parent directories, so let's say you are inside project index HTML, and then you want to go to the PDF God Season PDF. So you will have to go up a directory level, then back down into the PDF. So because you are inside the project, it's not a root level, then you have to go up. Up, it's 2 dots. So it's like dot dot. So you go up to the parent, which would be the root. So 1 dot, it's the current directory. If you put 1 dot, it will be the current directory, which is project. And then if you put dot again, it will be the other label. And then now if you put 2 dots, now we are on Game of Thrones, and then you put PDF, and then you go to the season. So this is how it works, the URL and the path. So I hope you understand that, because it will be very useful if you want to work with files that they have so many directories, or if directories that have many files, especially when if you're going to work with a website that has the CSS. When you are going to include CSS, it will have its own directory. The JavaScript to have its own directory. Maybe inside there will be other directory, maybe assets, for example. Many websites, they put all these things in directory that are called assets. And then inside asset, there will be CSS, and then there will be JavaScript. So there will be so many levels. So that's very important to understand levels if you want to go to one path from one path to another. I hope you understand that URL. See you next time with a new video. Bye-bye.